The Great Trial. In the whispers of ancient prophecies, passed down through generations, there was a tale of a great trial to come. Sages spoke of a time when faith would be tested like gold in a furnace, a time of a great deception that would cover the earth like a shadow. They spoke of the coming of the one-eyed deceiver, the Dajjal. On a secluded island, lost in the tumultuous sea, a child was born under an ominous sky. He was not like other children. He was born with one eye blind and the other blazing with a terrible fire. On his forehead, between his eyes, were letters that every believer, literate or not, could read. Kafir, the disbeliever. Years later, a seafaring merchant named Tamim was shipwrecked upon that very island. He wandered inland and discovered a massive figure greater than any man he had ever seen, bound in the strongest chains from neck to ankle. It was the Dajjal, waiting for the time of his release. The chained figure questioned Tamim about the world, about the prophets, and about the drying of lakes, signs he awaited. The world began to change. The rains ceased to fall for 3 long years. Rivers ran dry, and the earth grew barren and cracked. Strife and confusion spread amongst the people, and faith grew weak in their hearts. The signs that the Dajjal had waited for were coming to pass. His chains began to weaken. Then he was released. The Daijal emerged in the east, between Sham and Iraq, riding a great beast. He moved like a cloud driven by the wind, and his voice thundered across the lands. He declared himself a prophet, and then he declared himself a god, the Lord of the universe. His trial began. He commanded the sky, and it rained. He commanded the barren earth, and it sprouted green and gave forth food. He carried with him a mountain of bread and a river of water, offering sustenance to a starving world. But his paradise was afire, and his fire was a cool garden. Many were swayed by his power. Those who were hungry followed him for his food. Those who were weak followed him for his perceived strength. They bowed to him and accepted him as their Lord, trading their faith for worldly comfort. His followers swelled into a vast army, spreading his corruption across the globe. But the true believers resisted. A young man full of faith named Thabit went out to confront the deceiver. "You are the Dajjal of whom the Prophet ﷺ warned us," he cried. Enraged, the Dajjal ordered the young man to be sawn in 2. He then walked between the 2 halves of the body and commanded, "Arise!" Thabit arose, whole and smiling. The Dajjal asked, "Now do you believe I am your Lord?" The young man's faith only grew stronger. "I am now more certain than ever that you are the Dajjal," he declared. Unable to harm him again, the Dajjal cast him into his great fire, which felt to the believer like a cool, peaceful garden. The Dajjal's power was great, but he could not enter the sacred cities of Mecca and Medina, for they were guarded by angels. He laid siege to the believers who had taken refuge. As their hardship reached its peak, a figure descended from the heavens at the white minaret in Damascus. It was the prophet Isa, the son of Mary, returned to the earth. The believers rallied behind Isa. As the time for the dawn prayer arrived, the prophet Isa led them. The Dajjal and his army, hearing of Isa's return, began to lose their resolve. The very presence of the true prophet of God was a weapon against the great lie. Isa sought out the deceiver. He pursued him to the Gate of Ludd in the Holy Lands. When the Dajjal saw the prophet Isa, he began to dissolve like salt in water. Isa raised his spear and struck the deceiver, ending his reign of terror and falsehood. The great trial was over, and the truth had returned to the world.